something severely. That's all these women do, and we can never please them. You know, you got a brother honestly trying to please his woman. He can never please her. She's never satisfied. And through social media, she's always looking at him and trying to have him measure up to her. You know, you got a brother honestly trying to please his woman. He can never please her. She's never satisfied. And through social media, she's always looking at him and trying to have him measure up to her, to all these men she see on social media. That's why, you know, through social media, she's always, you know, you got a brother honestly trying to please his woman. He can never please her. She's never satisfied. And through social media, she's always looking at him and trying to have him measure up to her. You know, you got a brother honestly trying to please his woman. He can never please her. She's never satisfied. And through social media, she's always looking at him and trying to have him measure up to her, to all these men she see on social media. That's why, you know, Pastor did that video where this guy, Casey Zander, he said, man, he said, you shouldn't even try to get a girlfriend. And I agree. Those days of getting a girl, those days are over, man.
Shalom. I want to start this off by giving honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Waharakah Kudash. It's like double honor, salutations, peace, and blessings to the elect men of Israel, starting with the elder apostles and the bishops of the great millstone church, on down to the rest of you brothers and the brothers I labor with, who all push forth the will and doctrine of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai in all faith, truth, and sincerity, according to the true understanding of the scriptures. To all of you, I say shalom. So I was watching this this live that the elder apostle Gabar had did a few days ago, last week, I believe. And when he had made the statement, you know, that she will never be satisfied, it had just made me think of, you know, Esau Edom, right? Starting with the wicked elite, you know, the central banking families, you know, and their whole agenda trying to push the new world order, you know, and how you can see, you know, there's no end to how far they're going to continue to keep going, you know. They're going to continue their destruction and their demise so much to the point to where it's going to end up destroying themselves, you know. And having that in mind and knowing that these are the rulers of this world, it makes sense why these women act the same way in regards to never being satisfied, you know. So that's basically what I wanted to touch on. So jumping straight into this, before I grab this Isaiah 32, get this a good one, but just so I don't lose my place. I want to grab this in Sirach 10. It says, I'm going to start verse 2. This is Sirach 10 and 2. It says, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. It says, an unwise king destroyeth his people. You see? But through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. Right? Point is verse 2 in the beginning part of verse 3 here, you know, that I want to focus on. Right? The way and what manner of man the ruler is, so basically how he operates and how he deals, that's the same way you're going to see within the city, the people. Right? And it says, an unwise king destroyeth his people. The rulers, the kings of this world, they're unwise. Right? because they don't lean upon the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. You see in Isaiah the 14th chapter, they're trying to be like the Most High, right? Just to grab it real quick so you can see it. Let me see. Verse 13, it says, "For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north." And this the point. It says, "I will ascend above the heights of the cloud. I will be like the Most High." You see? So they trying to basically be God themselves, That's why they go as far as they do to control the masses. And why slowly and surely they're constantly implementing more ways of how they can do that. All leading, again, to that new world order, which is going to lead to them looking to chip everybody, the MOTB. So because of how this man operates and that being off of his own mind and not trusting in the most high and his wisdom, he's unwise. So with him being unwise, he's going to destroy his people, and you see it with a lot of majority, of the women, because there's more women on earth than there are men, right? Most of these women are bugged the hell out and gone, right? They cleave on today, as the brother Shariah said, they zaddy, because that's what Esau get into, looking to be a sugar daddy, if you will, and that's basically the fake role he played with our women, because they think this is the spot, this is how shit's supposed to be, how they want to be, whole time not even realizing this man ain't for you. He actually just using you and using you to cause more destruction towards your people, because the destruction of our people is what keep him in high position. He's not looking to help you, and that's going to be our people's shame, more specifically our women's shame. Our women cleave to him over the one that they supposed to cleave to, which is their men. They be quick to fill all these different positions and have all these different professions, looking to get all these different degrees, and to what? For what purpose? Just for you to waste away, just like him. So I'm gonna grab this real quick. 32 at verse 9, it says, "Arise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech." Right? And this is the predicament. Right? This is being said because our women are not doing this. "Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women." Ye careless because you're not paying attention to who you truly are. Right? The reality of what's going on. Every fucking woman wants to live in their own bubble, right? Of make-believe. Shit that's not real. Shit that's not accurate in regards to what's truly going on. It says, "For the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come." It says, "Tremble ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones." This is something you're supposed to be fearful of. And though they're not fearful now, they're going to be. Because you can go into the city and just have whatever right now, but once the city's gone, then what? Then they're going to be trying to revert back, factory reset themselves and shit. But that shit not going to work because you already busted. It says, "Strip you and make you bare and gird sackcloth upon your loins." For the women that the Lord is dealing with or is planning to deal with, right? To reform you, remold you. This is something for you to take heed to, make your ways pleasing to the Lord, not to yourself and not to Esau, not to Esau Edom, your oppressor. Because that's who he is, right? The earth has been given into the hands of the wicked, right? The wicked is ruling right now, and the wicked is not for the Most High, meaning he's not for you. So, getting, if you I guess you could say the premier scripture, right? This is Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 5. It says, they also, actually, I'm going to read it in here. Habakkuk 2 and 5, because I'm reading the NLT too. It says, yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. Who else you know that do that? Because this is talking about Esau Edom, right? But who else you know that is proud and don't keep at home, don't stay at home? Fucking woman. Who enlargeth his desire as hell. Man, that's heavy, because the scriptures say in Proverbs 27, right? Hell and destruction are never full, right? So meaning it's never satisfied. It's always consuming. You know, that's how Esau operates, and that's how you see the women are operating. Always trying to consume. You never satisfy. You desensitized to everything. So now you gonna be busted. You know, it's like seeing some job like where it's like women talking about them using different tools or whatever. You know what I'm saying, for getting their rocks off, if you will, right? But there's videos now coming out where it's women talking about like basically they lady parts is broken now, because you went so far. You didn't keep discipline. You didn't refrain. You didn't have a balance. You just kept on consuming, and that's how you being destroyed. You know, there's one way. You know, but that's just an example. But nonetheless, it's just off. You know, where's the discipline? Where's the order? Where's the structure? You know, where's the structure? You going on to trust in the creature and not the creator. Changing the natural use of it, you know what I'm saying, of what it was that the Most High had made you for. Your purpose is supposed to be to your man, to an Israelite man, you know? But it says, continuing, right? It says, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied. You see? And in the NLT it says, wealth is treacherous, and the arrogant, it's like wealth is treacherous, and the arrogant are never at rest. They open their mouths as wide as the grave, and like death, they are never satisfied. You see? And that's the point that the elder apostle Gabar had mentioned. You know, these women are never satisfied, right? Them being on their fucking phones and social media, right? Most women have a fucking iPhone. You look on the back of that shit, it's a bitten apple. What the fuck you think that mean? This is a tool that the serpent used. You know, the same old serpent that he used to have us go to hell the fuck off. Brothers went the hell the fuck off so much to the point to where they brought death upon all of us. Fucked it up for all of us. You know? Through the woman we all die. Roughly paraphrasing the scripture. These women get so caught up in social media where now you got constant shit just being shown in these women's minds that's completely outside of the order, the structure that they supposed to be subject to, that they need to be in. Now you considering things that you have no business, no need to be considering. You know? Women talking about, I can't even call them fucking women, because they don't know how to be women. They are constantly in the spirit of FOMO. That's a demon. The feeling of missing out. Fuck that shit. with food and raiment there would be content. You know, with godliness be content. Roughly paraphrasing that. You know, as long as you got your daily bread, you secure, you safe, you protected, right? You got clothes on your back. You know what I'm saying? Food in your belly, a house over your roof over your head. You good. You look at I'm just thinking like the shit that Tyrese said. You know, like what more do you want? What more do you need? You know, like talking about his Shayla, right? Like he's saying that in regards to referring to this damn devil, Esau, Edom. You know, and they wicked devices. They wicked ways of trying to get Jake in order and shit, destroying Jake. And the women fall right, they follow suit right along with them. Never satisfied. Back in the KJV, but gather unto him all nations and heap up unto him all people. Again, they trying to create this new world order where everybody's under one power, one control, and that's dumb. We're not anybody else's possession besides Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Plain and simple. But these women forget that shit. Cause Satan's so good at selling you a lie. He sell snake oil to you like it ain't poison. You know? The whole time it's poison, the whole time it's set up to destroy you. So let me grab that real quick. Proverbs 27:20. It says, hell and destruction are never full, so the eyes of men are never satisfied. You see? We not looking to be a carnal man, a man of this world. We looking to be a godly man, godly women, right? Women that have humility, right? That show forth reverence and respect. That go on to show with good works the glory of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai to everybody. You know, by you being in order, you having discipline, having restraint. But everybody looking to get their rocks off, so much to the point to where shit just gonna fall apart. You know? So much to the point to where you constantly gonna be, consuming so much you gonna end up consuming yourself. It's like a snake eating its own tail. So much to the point to where it going to eat itself and choke itself out and die. You know? Glad this be the last one. You know, again, Lord willing, this is edifying. This is Isaiah 65 and verse 12. It says, therefore will I number you to the sword. Who is that you? Right? Everybody that don't go on to bow down, that don't go on to take the yoke of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, right? To be in subjection to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai and to follow after Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, right? Repenting and turning back to the Lord. It says, therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter. Because when I called, ye did not answer. Those that deny the Lord, those that are in disbelief, you know? Because when I called, ye did not answer. When I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before mine eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not. And that's exactly the position that these women are in. This is the exact position that Esau is in, right? But us that are in the know, we gonna rejoice because we cleaving onto our head. We cleaving onto our Lord, right? We cleaving onto Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Revelation 12 and verse 12. Let me see. Yeah. Keeping to the point, it says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. Right? That's destruction. Those that's dwelling and constantly having a mind, occupied and only on things of the world. Feed your flesh. Living after the flesh. Right? Romans 8 and 13, I believe it will go on to say. You know what I'm saying? You live after the flesh, you're going to die. It says, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. You see? And that's what we starting to see slowly and surely, right? He's going to start ramping up more and more, taking away more, more leniency, leisure, that safety. And it's all according to the Lord's plan. Everybody getting fucked up and jacked up because the Lord, he is for and he loves Israel. Right? And like the brother Sharyat went on to say the other day, right? If you go on to abuse yourself, the Lord gonna kill you. He'd rather you die than to go on to abuse yourself. So take this as take this as a reminder, as a precaution. Take this as a sign to get yourself right. Don't be like the ruler of this place, because he on his way out. The Lord gonna make him bare. Don't allow yourself to be made bare with him. So with that, Lord has been edifying. I'm gonna give honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, Yahweh Kakwadash. Until next time, Shalom.